As I've expressed before, I try to put out a different variety of content rather than milking the same person over and over again, and I need to rephrase that somehow in the edit. But anyway, yes, the Cooking with Jack videos are so entertaining on so many different levels. It's hard not to just put them out back to back to back, but I try to keep a consistent flow of variety so I'm not just putting out Jack videos. That being said, today I'm putting out another Jack video because even though we just covered one, Thanksgiving is coming up in America, and I would be remiss if I did not cover one of Jack's more infamous miniseries on his channel, Thanksgiving Away from Home. I'll let Jack explain it himself, so let's just get right into it. Before we begin, as always, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 5,000 subs as our next sub goal, and we're seeing how quick we can hit that next milestone. Thanks for all your support.
What we're doing is we have a kid who's overseas serving the armed forces, and he basically is going to be away from home this Thanksgiving, first time ever.
So yes, essentially the Thanksgiving Away from Home series is where Jack makes a Thanksgiving meal for somebody that is currently in the US Army who is not going to be able to make it home for Thanksgiving and will ship the food to him. If you stop to think about that for even a second, you may realize some very immediately pressing problems. Number one, how is Jack going to ship a full Thanksgiving meal overseas without it, decomposing more than it already is, turning into black sludge by the time it reaches the soldier? So of course, as it's a Thanksgiving meal, the first fundamental dish that Jack is making is turkey.
I got some turkey breast here. I'm going to lay that out, I'm going to season it, and then we're going to roast it, and then we'll cut it up, freeze dry it, and send it off to him so that he and his friends can have some. I'm kind of excited about this.
The last thing I'd want on Thanksgiving... You having fun back there? Okay. The last thing I'd want to consume on Thanksgiving, especially if I knew who it was from, is some freeze-dried turkey breast from Jack Scalfani that I got in the mail, which he shipped probably at least a good month or so ago, because Jack's not gonna pay extra for expedited shipping overseas.
Here's my all-purpose seasoning, here's poultry seasoning, and we're gonna throw in also a little bit of pepper. And this is what we're going to be seasoning. I got these tubes of all-natural turkey breast, tenderloins.
The words tube and any sort of meat should not be anywhere near each other. Oh, hey, honey, I just picked up this tube of fresh beefsteak the other day. What do you mean you picked up a tube of beefsteak? You know those weird squishy things that you could get at like book fairs that had like liquid and sharks and sparkles and stuff inside it? It's basically like that, but for meat.
Okay, we're going to lay out our turkey breast pieces. There we go. There we go.
I know poultry, turkey, and chicken raw is wet and slimy. It looks like you just put a blobfish on the tray.
All right, we're going to give this a nice coating of the best seasoning you'll ever taste. Throw a little pepper on here. There we go. All right, got a little poultry seasoning. There we go.
Jesus Christmas, Jack. I know that it'll absorb into the turkey breast and disperse and get moist and yada yada yada, but just imagine taking a bite out of that. It would be like having a bite of turkey and doing the cinnamon challenge at the same time.
So when I flip these over, most of this seasoning is going to fall off. That's why I'm going heavy. All right, flip it over. See, most of it falls right off.
You know you can rub in your... They make seasonings called rubs for a reason, Jack. It's not just some name. Put it all on here, and then I'm gonna flip it over and it's all gonna fall off. Like
We're gonna take this right now and put it in the oven at 350 on I'm roasting at 350. So I'm just gonna cook this till it's 170 internal temperature. Okay guys, before we slice this, we're gonna give it a quick try so I have an idea.
He says that he's testing the internal temperature of the turkey, and he puts out the meat thermometer for show. I still don't believe him. He cooks his meat in quite the literal opposite of the wellness cooking of meat. He doesn't cook his meat well, and he definitely does not cook his meat well. More than anything, I don't like that he's not giving us a close-up of that turkey. I know turkey can be lighter and arguably semi-pink in some regards on the outside. That just looks like it's almost still raw meat there. What little bit of the surface area of the turkey you can actually parse from underneath the barrel of seasoning that he dumped on it.
Let's give this turkey a try. Still a little warm, burning my fingers. Boy, that seasoning came out great.
The way that he said that makes me feel as though the turkey did not come out great. Oh, well, this isn't a turkey dish anymore. This is a seasoning dish. Yeah, that seasoning came out great.
It's juicy. It's tender. We'll slice it later tonight.
He's not slicing that on camera because he knows that it's raw in the middle, isn't it? After that one piece that he ate, he knows that something is wrong with that. He's going to throw out that batch and make an entirely new one off of camera. There is no way that is not the case here with everything we've seen put together. The fact that he's not giving a close-up on it, the fact that he has not cut it on camera and is not going to cut it on camera, and the fact that he didn't really have anything to say about the turkey other than that it was juicy, which, if it's raw, yeah, no shit, it's gonna be juicy, Jack. Turkey's only one part of the Thanksgiving meal. What would Thanksgiving be without stuffing or dressing if you're one of those weird regions of America that calls it that?
Okay, guys, we continue Thanksgiving Away from Home series. And once again, if you're just joining us for the first time, we already did mashed potatoes and gravy. We're going to freeze dry that. We're doing an entire Thanksgiving dinner for a few people. Then we're going to ship it overseas to somebody who's enlisted in the Army, private first class. This is the gentleman. And
Robert, I'm so sorry that you had to consume any of this.
Basically, this is kind of leaning towards the recipe I've already showed you. The perfect stuffing, you guys, I don't know if you've ever seen it. You can go look it up. But it's where you lay out all the bread and get it stale, and then you chop it into cubes.
That's how you start to make stuffing, Jack, yeah.
Well, I thought, why do that when you can just buy some croutons that are flavored, garlic and cheese? They're already made, and I don't have to. It's kind of a lazier version, so we're going to make Lazy Man's Thanksgiving stuffing.
I was going to talk about it when we were doing the turkey, but now I think is a better time to bring it up because it doesn't matter how patriotic you are. I think we can all recognize at the end of the day that it's pretty shitty to cut corners when it comes to making a meal, a Thanksgiving meal, to be cutting corners like that. And I know Jack's whole mindset would be, oh, well, he's not gonna know. I'm just gonna throw this all together and ship it off to him and it's gonna be done. Jack, you are filming it and putting it on the internet for everybody to see, including him. Could you not be bothered to buy a baguette or a loaf of bread, cut it up, let it dry out, and make stuffing properly? No, I had to go out of my way, go buy flavored seasoned croutons. I had to go buy pre-packaged tubes of turkey breast rather than making a whole turkey, picking out the best pieces of that, and then shipping that to our soldier friend overseas. No, I'm going to do the absolute bare minimum to show how much I respect this person that is defending my country and other people's lives. What an absolute prick. I'm not like, oh, rah, go fight the fight, whatever. I just am acknowledging the basic human decency of, hey, this person is in the army busting their ass off. They should at least get a decent meal with effort put into it.
All right, I believe we got it all right here. As you can see, we got gobs of butter, We got the croutons, which is going to be kind of our stuffing instead of the bread cubed up. We're going to use croutons, so we got bags of croutons.
Jack's got all the basic stuffing ingredients: bread, crumbs, onions, celery, some sausage, and then seasonings. And I've never seen stuffing with raisins and walnuts in it. How common is raisins in stuffing or dressing? If you've ever had it, let me know. I've never seen it before.
I have to tell you, this literally is like the best stuffing I've ever had. That's why I always make it every year.
Of course, it's the best stuffing you've ever had, Jack, because you made it, and in your eyes, you can do no wrong.
Let me give you a visual here, okay? I got a big thing of croutons in this big mixing bowl. I'm going to brown sausage here. I'm going to saute the celery and onions here. Okay, guys, we're all fired up. We're going to take our butter, drop in the pan. We're going to start throwing everything together. Here's all your croutons. Got tons of croutons. All mixed together. I got different flavored croutons.
Stop running your fingers through all the croutons, Jack. This is the man that has an entire series of how to make easy foods even easier and lazier. Do you really think that he's going to be washing his hands every time he needs to?
Okay, we got all the vegetables made. We're going to drop those in first. All that buttery goodness.
What is that? The onions are seemingly raw still. They don't appear to have any signs of browning on them, nor does the celery look really cooked. More importantly, what sort of symbiote venom black sludge looking ass mixture did you put this in? Is that just the seasoning that you dumped in there? How much black pepper did you put in there, Jack? Your sauteed vegetables should not look like they've just been cooked in New York sewer water. If I didn't know better, looking at some of those onions and things, I'd say that it was like super overcooked steakums. What are those black chunks? I have to go back and look at the ingredients now because I feel like I'm an idiot. Oh, is that the raisins?
Now the meat goodness right here. Drop that in. Oh, and I don't know if you can see this. We got the raisins and walnuts.
No, the raisins and walnuts are separate, so what the What was that black sludge, Jack? There's no way on earth that could just have been the seasoning. All these spices that he uses, barring the pepper, should not make that sort of black color.
All right, so let's, and then we're going to take a little milk. And now we're going to slowly toss this. Now, I've never done it with the croutons. I've done it with the bread, and the bread absorbs a lot faster. This is going to take definitely overnight to absorb.
I wonder why the bread absorbs faster than the croutons. Could it be that the bread isn't fully toasted and just dried out and therefore can absorb the liquid better?
This portion here is going off to the boys or the guys. I'm sure he's going to share this with his friends. That's why we're making a little extra. But let's try this stuffing out, see how it is. See if it tastes like past stuffings.
Look at the way that Jack looks on the camera. He knows what he's doing is terrible. He knows what he's made is bad. Whether he's subconsciously or consciously indicating that, I leave up to you.
Wow. Came out perfect.
I need to go back and look and see if I can figure out what the hell happened to those veggies. Oh my god. Okay, this is going to be very hard to see, but as Jack is fingering the croutons, you can see in the background, the burner that he has the pan with the veggies on is cranked 180 degrees, presumably to the highest setting it can go. I think that sludge is the butter. He burnt the butter. That creates like burnt butter solids in your mixture. And pardon my alliteration, but burnt butter is just bitter. Not only does he have all this burnt butter and butter solids in his veggies, which explains those weird chunks, but it's all just ruined. I'm skipping over one of the videos, which is just veggies, and by veggies, I mean he makes green beans or asparagus or something like that. All it is he tosses it in salt and some seasoning and oil and bakes it. Editing Noah here. Ultimately, I cut the portion of the video where I talk about his mashed potatoes as well, because that video is really just 10 minutes of him making crappy mashed potatoes, and I didn't really have anything of value to add. That's the end of the Thanksgiving Away from Home series from Jack. He never did this again. Granted, this was only a year ago when he posted this, so, we've still got like a week and a half before Thanksgiving is coming up, so fingers crossed he's not doing it again. And that's where we're gonna end the video, folks. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leave in the comments down below if you have any other Jack videos that you want me to cover, or any weird YouTube channels, TV shows, anything that you think is funny or weird that you want me to talk about. As always, thanks y'all for supporting and sticking around, and hope to see y'all in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving.